Welcome to the home of the Purdue Boilermakers, Ross-Age Stadium in West Lafayette, Indiana. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Maryland Terrapins, taking on one of the top teams in this conference, the Purdue Boilermakers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Boilermakers will put toe to leather to crank us up. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Terrapins offense will have the football first. This wide receiver matchup is one that we've been waiting to see. You have two guys on either side, Jesse, who are really going to make the secondaries nervous.
Oh, they should, because these guys can take the top off of defense. You've got two very dynamic individuals playing on each offense, and if I'm playing quarterback in this game for either team, I am going to take my shots and give my guy an opportunity, because both of these guys, David, have proven they can make circus-level catches.
I mean, when they're not open, they're open. I mean, they can make the dynamic catches, the contested catches. They have the speed. They are two of the best playmakers in all of the country. So whenever an offense has the football today, you're going to like the show.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these third downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on second down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up third and long, and now you're set up to fail.
Wants to throw on third. Throws to the wideout. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick.
That is the perfect start for a defense that has really struggled against the pass this season. They're in the bottom portion, okay? Have struggled, but opening drive, making a statement. Maybe this creates some momentum. Maybe this turns the tide for this defense.
And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
This offense is just like Novocaine. Like, just give it time. It just keeps working. It's the slow death, right? Like, they continue to just chip away. Nice first down play. Nice read.
There he goes. Touchdown, Boilermakers! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
This offense is high-octane, boy. You just saw it. Not a lot of time needed for them to go all the way and score 6. Well done.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. They wasted no time on that drive. 2 plays, touchdown just like that. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Maryland offense back onto the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball off.
Here comes the heat. At the 35, he's open. That defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47. Looking for a productive play on first down. They go to the ground. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4. So you get stuffed on first down. You had an idea of what you wanted to do on second, but I'm guessing it's back to the drawing board now.
You got to figure out who you are and what you are. What's your next best play?
And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play-action attempt.
On third and long, no secret what he needs here. And this defense is bringing the heat. Another sack.
That is not an easy situation if you're an offensive lineman, second and third and long, because you know the D-line, they're coming. They know you're throwing the football. As an O-lineman, you better get out of your stance and get your hands up and punch and not miss, because if you do, then that's what happens right there.
Kick is in the air. On his way back from the 20. Slips through the line. The speed, the shiftiness, the elusiveness, all on display in that sweet return there. The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Fires to the wideout. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business.
Man, what a great break on the football. Nice job seeing it, squeezing. A lot of those defensive guys, man, they don't have great hands all the time, but you always remember.
He'll try to take it back. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease. He puts his foot in the ground, and he gets north fast.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on 1st down. And he'll chuck that one away and save the down. Nobody was able to get open. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Looking for the end zone. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw your primary target like he was on that last one.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fears the pressure. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. And the Terrapins send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And the coverage team down there to touch the ball. No return on this play.
Yeah, just playing the field position game. Nice job angling it toward the sideline so it doesn't go into the end zone. That thing rolls down inside the 10. Really nice punt. Yes, I said something positive about a punt.
Got enough for the 1st down. Really good job making a play, getting it out to the 24 and moving those chains.
Well, this is an offense that has a lot of speed, and they have different guys they would love to get the football to in space, and they can find a lot of different ways to do that. I love the idea of going option here and trusting your quarterback.
Ran right through the defender, and now he's still running. Look at that toughness, just running through everybody. They finally get him on the ground, and this junior turning in a big play after the catch. Now they'll try to cash in this drive. 1st and 10 from the 50. Looking downfield on 1st down. On the move, he fires. Working on the right. He's knocked out of bounds at the 42. Solid pickup on that one.
It's so difficult when the QB gets outside the pocket because now it's not the first play anymore. It's the 2nd play that hurts you. Once you see him and he starts to scramble, now receivers know they got to make the 2nd effort. If they're on the sidelines, now they turn up the field. If they're running across the field from the other direction, they got to come back towards their quarterback. So it's not the first play anymore. It's the scramble play now.
And the Boilermakers will snap it on 1st and 10. Leads it with the back. Oh, and a move. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the 1st down. That's the end of the period, and Purdue has the lead. 1 period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. They've got a 1st down here to open the period. They'll move the wide receiver. To the ground. He's got it again. He has the 1st and still on his feet. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
I bet that running back's eyes got so big when he gets that handoff going to the right and he sees the huge holes. Yes, please.
The defense just didn't flow quickly enough. All of the blockers had leverage on their scores on the sneak.
And I tell you what, Reese, I'm not picking a team unless I got a guy that can do something like this in the quarterback spot. I need an athlete. I need a little bit of mobility. It just dictates too much to the defense. QB runs in for 6.
And he tacks on the extra point. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Maryland has the ball back, and the Terrapin offense ready to go. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Obviously not the start this quarterback was hoping for, guys. He's now 0 for 4 to start the game throwing it. He just can't seem to find a rhythm. He's not finding his receivers. I'm even wondering if he's seeing the field that well at all, but no surprise. When you start the game 0 for 4 at QB, you've got no points on offense.
Stopped at the 47 after a 10-yard gain.
That receiver found the open space in the zone coverage, and as a defense, honestly, you just throw your hands up on that because they covered it pretty well. It was just a good play call and really nice execution.
Makes the grab. It's Price. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
You know, that play right there shows me the quarterback has a plan. He had no hesitation. The defense was bearing down on him. He got hit on that play, but he knew where his running back was. He got it out to him quick, and as a result, he avoided the negative play and sack.
Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
Man, these read options are so hard to diagnose, just like right there. He picks up a little chunk of yards, not a big chunk, but it's so easy when you run the read options.
Why is that? Why is it easy?
Because if you want to play fast to the football, well then fine, I'm going to pull the ball right now and to use your aggressiveness against you. But if you want to sit back, then fine, I'm going to give the ball right now and get a little chunk of yards.
Punt is in the air. And that ball will sail into the end zone for a touchback. The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. They've already put a couple of scores up, and they look to add to it on this drive. Under fire. Just gets rid of the football. Nobody to throw it to. It'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Out of the gun. The running back has it. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Pressure coming. He lets it fly. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. The Boilermakers will try to pin them back with the punt. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Looking to throw on 1st down. Got a man. It's Price. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be 1st down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Under fire. Going to try to get it himself. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Well, this defense is not going to be patient with this quarterback. They know that they have to affect him, and they have to dictate to him. So that time, they send the blitz. They're not even giving him an opportunity to sit back there and peruse the field. They flush him out. They're able to rally to him, get him down to the ground. I like the aggressive nature of the defense.
Those screen passes, I want those defensive linemen to run right up the field, and I want to throw it right over their head where I got some space and I can get my running back going. That is the opposite of what happened right there. There was no space. He couldn't even get going.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking to the big tight end. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. This drive will start at their own 27-yard line. On the option. Now the pitch. Got some room to run. He's at the 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Purdue! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option? No mid-season doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in week 6.
And what execution by the offense. The quarterback making the right decision on the defender quickly. Get it to your running back. And how about the wide receivers and everybody else blocking in space, create an alley so the running back can do the rest and make the huge play for the touchdown.
Here comes the Maryland offense back onto the field. They find themselves in a pretty deep hole here, but maybe a chance to grab a little momentum and regroup at halftime.
Yeah, a big chance. Like this is an opportunity. This is the biggest opportunity in front of them in the game right now. You got to get some points on the board. You got to create something positive, Jesse. There hasn't been a whole lot to be positive about in the first half.
If I'm playing quarterback.
Going deep. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
And that's a really good job by this defense being dialed in. You got a big lead. You know exactly what's coming. This offense is going to have to make some explosive plays down the field. They were ready. They were disciplined and made a good play on the football.
He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
It's way too early in the game to say this is a must score. But, man, you've dug yourself an early hole, and this offense needs to capitalize. You're not getting the football after the half, so create some momentum now while you can.
Right down the middle. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Wants to throw it. Fires to the big fella. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. The Terrapins will punt this one away. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. Was looking for more running room, but found nothing but more tacklers. He's down at the 24. The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. They've got time, they've got the lead, and David is sort of like a doctor. First, do no harm.
Do no harm, but also momentum is hard to create and sometimes hard to stop. You have it, so Jesse, don't do anything stupid to create some momentum for the other side.
I think a lot of this comes down to your quarterback and whether or not he's making good decisions in this game. If yes, be aggressive. If not, let's just take the lead into halftime and get ready for the 2nd half.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Caught over the middle, it's Melton. Gets it inside the 40, brought down at the 39, and they can stop the clock. They'll immediately call timeout.
And it's on third downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
Looking to throw on first down. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. Firing to the right, complete. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. To the air on first down. He'll loft one deep down the left side. He's got it along the sideline. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it first and goal. The offense burns its third and final timeout of the half. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. He's looking to throw. Falls incomplete, and he did everything perfectly except catch the football. Second down coming.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver is going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Flips it out to the back. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. They'll run the option. He'll toss it. Touchdown, Boilermaker! Excellent pass by the back on the option.
And with that score, this thing is getting ugly. This offense has had their way, and not only have they had their way, now they finish the half like you're supposed to. Scoring the football, building on their lead. This defense is going to have to go into half and find some answers.
And they did tack on the extra point. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So the offense has had enough. They'll take a knee and wrap up this first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Fellas, yeoman's work so far in West Lafayette today, and welcome into the halftime update. And talk about a first half for the dude in that backfield. That coaching staff has been giving rave reviews on a weekly basis, and through two quarters today, he's been a complete game changer. He's breaking the will of this defense, and that's something that's just very tough to quantify. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Ross-Ade Stadium.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. And the Terrapins will kick it off to start the second half. He'll return it. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. Not sure they had to make many adjustments at halftime as they try to build on this lead here in the third. They'll start the third quarter with the run. Crosses to 30. At the 45 on its way. And finally out of bounds after an explosive run by this ball carrier.
How about the explosive play by this offense? Man, it's so nice to have guys you can hand the football off and just watch him work. Watch him do the rest, the speed, making big plays, breaking tackles. Man, is it nice to have an offense with a playmaker like that.
Quarterback moving. He's got him in the flat. They'll ride him out of bounds after the good pickup spotted at the 25-yard line. Ball marked at the 26. It's 1st and 10. Wants to throw on first down. Makes the grab. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
If If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This offense had so much success in that first half, so in the third quarter, they come out, and the quarterback looks like he's still dealing. This has been a really nice drive. That was a really nice throw. Just keep doing what you're doing if you're on offense.
He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here.
The best red zone offenses are the ones who can run the ball in this area, but that's a tough ask today, especially against this unit. One of the best 5 defenses in the nation stopping the run. This is a real...
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Purdue!
Man, oh man, what a day. His 3rd touchdown rushing, showing you he's got a little bit of everything. And padding those stats, and all you fantasy football guys, if you have my man at running back, it's a good day.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Missouri is just boat racing them right now, thanks to an offense that's putting up video game numbers. They're up by 24 over San Jose State. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. The Terrapins come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Right back to the well. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And after your defense just went out there and gave up a touchdown and let them build the lead more, you really need to come out with this drive and answer. And the running game is not it. They were ready for that. Gonna have to create...
Oh, he's got some space. And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line.
3rd down and 2, you know it's time to get physical, and this unit paves the way, Jesse, and gets the big first down.
And this back's got such a burst, too, doesn't he? As soon as he saw the hole, he exploded through it and picked up a huge chunk of yards.
He's brought down the 1, a play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line. In search of their first touchdown of the game, they are on the move with a 1st and 10. Leaves it with the running back. And he fights his way forward, gets away from 1, but not much doing on that one. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. The play action fake. Gets it out quickly. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. He's looking to pass. Caught in the backfield, it's Price. Breaks the tackle. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. And it looks as if they're going to try a field goal. He'll boot it from the left side, and from this distance, that angle ought to be fairly easy. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. Well, they got 3 back, but that's about all you can say about it.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. You want to talk about a drive where you impose your will? That's what they did, running it down for a touchdown, David.
There is nothing more demoralizing than that for a defense. To be physically pounded, the run is coming, you know it's coming, and you can't stop it.
Nothing the defense can do. That is mano-a-mano up front, and your guys getting the push. They know you're running it, and they still...
Turning it on! They'll get him at the 45, but he got 10 on that one.
Another good run. Man, he has been picking up yards in bunches today. Jesse showing off all the skills.
And he's showing no signs of slowing down, David. This guy just gets better as the game goes on. He is a beast.
And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. The Boilermakers are moving quickly down the field. Off the play fake on first down to throw. And the pass falls incomplete, and we have played 3 quarters. That's the end of the period, and Purdue has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. As we enter the 4th quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. So the final period starts with a 2nd down play. Let's go. Quick handoff. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Got a little space. Fighting off the defender. They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a 1st and goal from the 10. The Boilermakers come to the line with a new set of downs. Wide receiver going in motion. A 1st down run in the red zone. This defensive front just ran free in the backfield. He'll lose 3.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Gets it out fast. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. They've worked it down to the 4-yard line, but now it's 3rd and goal. Goes to the option. He'll toss it. And they just didn't get anybody on that defense out of position, and they will lose yardage on that one.
And, man, what an interesting call. 4th and medium, and the offense says, run. They don't want to pass the football. They run the option. They get it to the pitch man. He catches it, but this defense does a really...
Touchdown, Boilermakers! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They build this 4th quarter lead, and they are just minutes away from going 5-0.
And honestly, it's been about complementary football in this game, right? We've seen this offense go up and down the field. They've been lighting up the scoreboard, but the defense has done a great job, too, getting off the field and putting their offense in really good position in this game. The head coach has got to love what he's seen on both sides of the ball today.
Maryland has the ball back, and the Terrapin offense ready to go. Had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a 1st down at the 37.
This has been a frustrating day. I mean, they haven't moved the ball consistently, and now you get a play, but they haven't put 2 and 3 and 4 plays together, and that's why they're trailing in this football game. So maybe they can find some kind of a rhythm here late in the game and get something cooking.
Well, a lot of things haven't gone right for him. You saw an incompletion right there. It's been offense, it's been defense. They just haven't been able to click and get into a rhythm here, and now they're playing catch-up, and you know they're going to be throwing at each and every play here in the 4th quarter.
Got his man on the right. springs into the open. Big play, takes him into plus territory. He's out of bounds at the 47. The offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10. They just keep firing. Makes the catch. It's Hurley.
And this offense just hasn't found a way to kind of open it up. Like, they haven't found those explosive plays. It feels like the defense is kind of strangling them and staying really close to the line of scrimmage because of their lack of their big play ability over the top. This offense has to dial something up.
And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Well, the defense came into this one knowing if they stop the pass, they win the game, and they have done that. Their guys have won one-on-one on islands. They've been able to get to the quarterback. They've been mixing up their looks. They haven't even allowed 100 yards passing in this one, and that's why.
Fires toward the end zone. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. And the Terrapins will bring the punt team onto the field. That leg is staying loose, already the 5th kick of the night. No return possible on this one. It goes out of bounds, and they'll mark it right around the 30-yard line. The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out everybody right now on the same page.
And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The officials stop the clock for the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is that much closer to victory. Really want to try to pick up at least half of the yardage needed on 1st and 10. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4.
They're trying to run the football, and there's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. There he goes. Got the first down. Looking for more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. And the Boilermakers will have it 1st and 10. They'll move the tight end. Takes this handoff and headed to the right. On the move at the 30. Lots of room to run. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to be enough to put them in victory formation for the rest of this one. Well, this one had all the suspense of a bug hurtling his way toward a windshield, and they did splatter them, an absolutely dominating performance.
You got to give the coaching staff a ton of credit. They obviously had their guys ready to play and motivated right from the opening kick. All 3 phases we saw, just spectacular football. No mental mistakes, David. You really can't play better than that.
Nah, it's really fun to do this. Come out and just dominate opponents. Start from finish. Nothing to worry about. You just know you're better. You're going to do you, put up a bunch of points, and win by a lot of points.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.